Traveling to Jinak is not easy. The route is narrow, sandy and rugged.
Since men and women in uniform cannot get into that community based on the norms and tradition of the community.
With only a single track carved through the bush, encountering an oncoming vehicle can be challenging. There is also the risk of wild reptiles.
If it's about that, even if I stay in Jinak, I'm still going to die.
It is agonizing for me because every clan in the village has lost a family member in this tragedy.
I will advise the security apparatus to stay away from the community. We have seen examples.
And in the event of breakdown, travelers can be left stranded at the mercy of the weather or worse, criminal elements. In the Gambia's North Bank region, about 16 kilometers north of Banjul, lies Jinak Island, a unique settlement that stretches across the borders of the Gambia and Senegal.
It has 4 villages on the island. 2 is in Gambia, which is Jinak Kajata and Jinak Niji, and we are speaking in Jinak Kajata at the moment. So if you walk an hour, roughly, you will be part of Jinak Senegal, Jinak Jata Ko and Jinak Bara.
Blessed with beautiful mangroves, clean waterways and fertile land, fishing and agriculture, particularly cashew cultivation, remain the main source of livelihood for residents. Yet, despite its rich tourism potential and abundant natural resources, the island remains largely underdeveloped. Over the years, it has emerged not just as a point of convergence, but also a departure point for irregular migration, with many African migrants believing they can reach Spain's Canary Island in as little as 7 days.
As we're speaking right now, I will give you back this mic and board in the boat.
Our journey begins at the busy Amdalai border post between the Gambia and Senegal. After completing immigration formalities, the WADR team boarded a chartered taxi to Bara, the economic hub of the North Bank region. There, a patrol 4-wheel drive vehicle awaits us for what would become an eye-opening journey through remote hinterlands marked by sandy roads, plantations, and difficult terrain. Traveling to Jinak is not easy. The route is narrow, sandy and rugged, with only a single track carved through the bush. Encountering an oncoming vehicle can be challenging. There is also the risk of wild reptiles, and in the event of breakdown, travelers can be left stranded at the mercy of the weather or worse, criminal elements. Yet, despite these dangers, migrants continue to use this route, often under the cover of darkness.
So that's the reason why
As we approached Jinak, the landscape changed dramatically. Standing by the riverbank, it was impossible not to admire the pristine water and lush mangroves.
We finally arrived at Jinak Kajate after 45 minutes of a very big ride. Why is such a little village so centered, so much important to irregular migration and the Gambia? It's simple. Since in time immemorial, security men don't enter in this village. And migrant smugglers use this as a leverage. Somewhere behind these mangroves, that's where so many Gambians and non-Gambians begin their journeys en route to specifically the Canary Islands in Spain.
For local residents, the river supports fishing activities, oyster farming, and served as an important source of irrigation for agriculture. Eventually, we arrived at Jinak Kajata, one of the island's 4 communities. Despite its natural wealth, many residents live in despair. For numerous young people here, hope is fading.
There is nothing, no development here that the government has done here. We just have been neglected. So that's one of the main reasons why the youth of Jinak are even embarking on this journey.
That is Lamin, a young man in his early 30s who requested anonymity and agreed to speak off camera. A graduate of the Gambian Tourism and Hospitality Institute, GTHI, he holds a certificate in hospitality management. During our visit, several youth who had previously attempted the backway journey or embarked on the irregular migration declined to speak to the WADR team. Under this neem tree stands a small clothing business operated by a young resident trying to support his family. At the time of our visit, the youth under the tree requested not to be captured on camera. Like Lamin, many unemployed youth gather here daily to while away time. It has become more than a meeting point. It is where conversations about migration, plans and strategies for reaching Europe often take shape.
I have tried to embark on this irregular migration, not once, probably twice. The first was around early November 2025.
Okay.
I made my first attempt. It wasn't successful.
Where were you going?
We were trying to go to Canary Island. Take the 7 days boat from here to Canary Island.
But why was the first attempt unsuccessful?
We paid our money, we were given a location, we went there, and the boat came, but there were a lot of people. We all couldn't fit on the boat. So it was like first come, first serve. And those who comes early were the luckiest ones. And they went, and the rest of us were left behind.
Determined to leave, Lamin tried again. However, security authorities were alerted, forcing him and others to abandon the journey.
And the second time again we come back, we paid our money, we were prepared, everything was on order. Up to the last minute, then they said information has been leaked, and the authorities had information that a boat was about to disembark from a particular location, and the authorities came there. That's how that journey also was stopped.
According to him, irregular migration has developed into a thriving underground business. Payments to middlemen vary depending on personal connections and arrangements, but cost can exceed 60,000 Gambian dollars, approximately $817.
There are always people who organizes the boat. It depends on the accountancy. Sometimes the middlemen are people that you know directly. If I know him, if he doesn't know you, the prices we pay won't be equal. For example, the first trip that I tried to embark on, I paid almost $60,000. Yeah, then that wasn't successful. Then I come back, the second one, the middleman, I know him. We know each other. So
this time around, it was the same person.
It wasn't the same person. It was different person.
Okay.
Then I paid $35,000.
Lamin's story mirrors those of many young people in Jinak. While some successfully reach Spain's Canary Island, many perish along the way, leaving behind grief, trauma, and broken families. The phenomenon is steadily draining the community of its youthful workforce. Mama Dumane, the Akalo or village chief of Jinak Kajata, says virtually every family has been affected.
It is agonizing for me because every clan in the village has lost a family member in this tragedy. It is truly heartbreaking. About 30 people from this village are believed to have died in a recent incident. We have not seen them since the boat disappeared, and no one knows what happened to it. Some people are still hopeful that they are alive, but I believe they have died.
For Nuhamane, chairman of the community's youth association, the impact exceeds beyond individual families.
Migration has slowed down community development. In the past, when there was a communal work to be done, young people would turn out in large numbers and projects were completed quickly. Today, the number of youths in the village has declined considerably, and this has reduced the workforce available for community activities and development initiatives.
His concerns are echoed by Village Development Committee member Amadou Mane, who says sports and other community activities have also suffered as young people continue to leave.
So for the youth population to left, it affects the community's footballing team. I could tell you the community now doesn't have a standing team that could challenge for outside. But we used to have a very good football team, and which is consists most of our youths. So most of those teams, I would say 70% of the team have left.
Although irregular migration is taking a heavy toll on local youth, Jinak has become a departure point for migrants from other parts of the Gambia and neighboring countries. Amadou Mane explains.
From last year September to February, it became popular for this Bagwe irregular migration. We've been hearing Bagwe from Libya to Mauritania, Senegal. That's where we are hearing that it's happening. So it all started on the coastline, on the seaside. So we were hearing that people are coming from different angles of the island, and they imagine at the seaside, and they leave at night by boat to the Bagwe.
He further describes how migrants operate once they arrive on the island.
There's only 2 lodges on the beach. So these people, when they come, they will go closer to those lodges, but they are not staying. This doesn't mean that they are staying in the lodges, but they know that those lodges are there, so they can stay around there, and they can use those places also as a direction for their people. So they will tell them, go to Jinak. On the seaside, there are lodges there. You can hang around in the bushes there, and then the boat will come there and pick you at this time of the night.
According to residents, one factor attracting migrants to Jinak is the perceived absence of a strong security presence. Some locals attribute this to long-standing cultural beliefs and traditions. Village Chief Mamadou Mane says many people believe security officers in uniform rarely enter certain parts of the island.
An army battalion led by Suare once came here and attacked the village. It did not end well for him or his team. Almost all of them died, including a CID officer who was a friend of mine. They were all dressed in military uniforms. So it is safe to say that what our ancestors told us may be true. The Jinn of this village do not like security personnel in uniform.
The success stories of some migrants who return and support their families have also become a powerful source of motivation for young people. Community leaders say this has contributed to declining school enrollment.
When they see their peers returning with money or appearing successful abroad, many begin to believe the risks are worth taking. As a result, some students abandon their education before completing school and attempt the joining instead. We have witnessed several cases where young people dropped out of school because they were determined to migrate in search of a better life.
For Lamin, these examples are particularly inspiring.
They come, the life they live and the life you live is different. They have the means to build for their families. Their families live in a better life. So you see, we were all here together. We grow up from the same background here, and now they are at another level while you still at the same level. So things like that motivates you. You also want to see your family do good. You want to see your family being happy. It doesn't mean your family aren't happy, but you still want to give them a better life. Yeah, so those are the reasons why we still want to go.
Despite 2 failed attempts, he remains determined.
Of course, if I have the chance, 100%.
If a boat is moving as we speak right now, would you?
As we speaking right now, I will give you back this mic and board in the boat. If it's about that, even if I stay in Jinak, I'm still going to die. So death is not an obstacle.
When desperation meets lack of opportunities, the result is what Amadou Mane describes as giving stigma to the community.
Families have lost their loved ones, young ones, both male and female. So this is a terrible impact, one could say, and it's fact. So that's the impact that it has caused to the community. Yeah, and the bad name to the community, because Jinak is never known for such. So Jinak have a very respectful name, very respectful tradition, very respectful cultures.
For Chief Mamadou Mane, the solution lies in investment and development. He believes the government support in developing tourism infrastructure and creating jobs could help keep young people on the island.
The government should invest in this area by building hotels and restaurants along the riverbank to turn it into a major tourist attraction. We are only 7 kilometers from the main road, so improving road access should also be a priority. This place has great tourism potential. Visitors enjoy coming here because of the natural environment, the peaceful atmosphere, and the freedom to move around and swim. With the right infrastructure, it could become a popular destination for both local and international tourists.
And the most important thing is fishing. We have river here, we have the sea. You can see only small boats you see here, but not everybody can afford to build a boat. So, but if government can help us with fishing boats, that youths can engage into fishing and in the sea and in the river, and also storerooms whereby when they get their catches, they can keep in this.
But for Lamin and many others, confidence in the government's promises is wearing thin.
There is nothing, no development here that the government has done here. We just have been neglected. So that's one of the main reasons why the youth of Jinak are even embarking on this journey. Every time we got promises, at the end of the day, no results. So Jinak needs to be developed, and we feel that we, the people of Jinak, the children of Jinak, are the one who should develop Jinak. The government is never going to develop Jinak.
Meanwhile, the Member of Parliament for Janjambure, Umar Jame, is advocating for a community-led policing initiative as an alternative approach to intercepting potential migrants.
Since men and women in uniform cannot get into that community based on the norms and tradition of the community, I will advise the security apparatus to stay away from the community. We have seen examples. The alternative here is to organize the community, have what you call community policing driven initiative in that community for members of the community to serve as their own police officers.
According to the International Organization for Migration IOM, over 25,000 migrants from West and Central Africa arrived in Europe, while over 3,000 others lost their lives and went missing attempting to cross the Western and Central Mediterranean routes, the Atlantic Ocean and the Sahara Desert. As the sun sets over Jinak's mangrove, Lamin waits. 2 failed attempts have not changed his mind. For him, Europe remains a dream worth risking everything for. And until opportunities arrive on this island, the Atlantic Ocean may continue to offer what many here believe is the only way out.